Jordan Walsh's best game of the summer. Where was Charles Bassey? And will Baylor Scheierman ever make a shot? It's all right now on the Locked On Celtics podcast.
Beantown, be ever ready. It's the C's. Who else could it be? What they gon' say now? Screaming like JT, Karalis. We kept the madness every game, every practice. Primetime Depp and D White on the sideline. Raining Jays, how it started, raising business, how we finished. Locked On Celtics pod, home of the winners.
Hey there, welcome back to the Locked On Celtics podcast, right here in the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day. Your team is the Boston Celtics, and I talk about them every Monday through Friday for the rest of this month. Then August, 3 days a week. Middle of September, back to 5 days a week. So make sure you're subscribed wherever you get your podcast. The show is free, available everywhere. It's on YouTube. Get into the comment section. Share your thoughts with your fellow Celtics fans and me. I'm John Karalis, beat writer covering the Celtics for Boston Sports Journal, and I've written a couple of books. I've been doing this job for about 20 years or so I've been around the team for a while. So hopefully I get a good sense of what's going on. Today's show is brought to you by Gametime. Download the Gametime app. Use the code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase of tickets, last-minute tickets to whatever, sporting event, theater show, whatever. So Celtics at Summer League. We pop that on. Yep, there we go. Celtics at Summer League beat the Lakers. For those of you who are interested in always beating the Lakers and everything, congratulations. Big win over the LA Lakers and LeBron James Jr. That was a big game over LeBron James Jr., who, he didn't play that bad. I think actually Bronny's been okay this summer. I mean, he had a decent line, so I'm not going to go crazy over it like other people are, but it's like, hey, you know what? It's not terrible. Maybe he has a future. Who cares, right? Who cares about that right now? We're talking about the Celtics. Later on, we'll get to, Kenny Lofton Jr. winning me over. We'll get into Charles Bassey and why he's not there or with the team anymore. We're going to start with Jordan Walsh, as I've been doing all week long. And I got to say, this is easily Jordan Walsh's best game of the summer. 17.6 rebounds, 3 offensive, an assist, a couple of steals, no turnovers, just 2 fouls, 6 of 11 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3. Only knock on him is 3 of 6 from the line. But overall, his best game. And I think I'm calling it a bounce back game after the ejection. People said I overreacted, and the network clipped my reaction, put it out there on a 1 minute clip, and it tends to carry a lot more weight. There's a little less context to it. I didn't like the ejection. I thought it just showed a lack of awareness, because he said he forgot about the first tech. You can't do that. You just got the damn thing. So I didn't like where his head was at there, despite Joe Mazzulla being like, I like this side of you. Like, okay, that's nice to show some fire. And, maybe out of in context of what the Celtics have seen from him, they want more fire from him and they'll take this and whatever. But I think it was a bounce back because he said it was a dumb decision. It was mentioned many times on the broadcast that Brad Stevens on the sideline kind of like telling him to calm down after that. So this was, I think, Jordan's most under control game. I think he just not too overly animated, except at the end he had the big windmill dunk on a breakaway, and he had a 3-pointer in the corner where he turned to his teammates on the bench and said something. So obviously there is some fire there, which is good. We like fire. But I thought he was under control. I thought he was present in the game, meaning like I could see him trying to direct his teammates. Like, the ball goes here, the ball goes there. Like those little things makes me like, okay, yeah, that he's aware. He's aware of what the play is, what the goal is. He's not forgetting things. He's not forgetting where he is. He's not bumping into people. I think he started off the summer. I just don't think his head was exactly where it needed to be. And I think maybe the ejection was the impetus for him to kind of just get back on track. So I liked this Jordan. I liked him more than the guy that I've been criticizing. Yeah, I feel like there are just these little nuances to how he played in this game. Just the speed, just a little bit more craftiness. There was one drive versus multiple drives where he just full head of steam, straight line drive, just running into guys and getting into trouble. That straight line drive without a plan is what gets super athletes in trouble. It kind of reminds me of my criticisms of Jaylen Brown from way back in his first, second, third years, where it was just like, he's going to just go fast and go in a line and jump and figure it out. And defenders at this level, even at the summer league level, if you're just going in a straight line and jumping and trying to figure it out, you're going to get blocked. You're going to turn the ball over. And I saw a bunch of that in Jordan's games prior to this. I saw it once that I can remember in this game. So progress, it's all mental progress. He has the tools to do well in the league. Tom and I talked about it yesterday. The measurements, the athleticism, all of that stuff. He has the framework of a legitimate NBA player. Now, he is still young. He is still too thin, and he does have things to work on, no doubt. But this Jordan Walsh that I saw in this game is like 20 to 25% better in the ways that I've been looking for him to be better. Smarter, more patient, just more present, all of that stuff. And it might sound like people are going to I know it's going to end up in the comments like, what the hell are you talking about? But it's these little mental things, these little mental hurdles, these little, just like I said, nuance that is the difference between a young guy that's a super athlete that's just using his athleticism to be better versus a guy that's been in the NBA for a couple years, going into his third year, and knows a couple of tricks, understands what makes the guys that are getting the minutes ahead of him, what makes them so good, right? Like, I think Jordan Walsh can jump as high as a lot of guys and run as fast as a lot of guys. The measurable athleticism elements are there for him, but what makes the other guys so much better at basketball? And it's learning those things and applying those things that are going to make Jordan a contributor, a rotation guy. So you can call me nuts if you want. And again, maybe I'm wrong, but the things I saw from him against the Lakers just stood out to me as more, I'll just use the word professional, than what I've seen before. What I saw before was a little bit more just summer league kid, just going out there and just, I don't know, running fast and trying to make buckets. This was, I saw an NBA level player in Jordan Walsh in the margins and the little things in this particular game. So just full, like, for the people who have been on me for criticizing Jordan as much as I have, this is like, I'm just giving you my honest opinion. And in a game like this, where he plays, I think, his absolute best game of the summer, I'm not afraid to say this was it. This was good. So I hope that this is what continues. The Celtics do have one more game somewhere, at least one more. I don't know, with the playoffs, which is the most ridiculous thing. Summer league playoffs, just come on, enough. Like, we're just trying to develop these guys. I don't need to see these guys in a playoff game. I don't know. Anyway, that's my old man yells at cloud. Good for Jordan. Hugo Gonzalez, he played pretty well. I think the book on him has been read. The summer book, the chapter of 2025 Summer League Hugo Gonzalez, I think is written, done. We'll talk about that when I come back. Today's show is brought to you by Gametime. You know, you want to get to these live events. Maybe it's concerts, summer concerts that are out there. Maybe it's a baseball game. Maybe it's a theater show, something that's come into town. You're like, oh, wow, that'd be great. You can get to these tickets easier, faster than ever. Prices drop actually closer. You get to Gametime or Showtime, and you can save up to 60% off with killer last-minute deals at Gametime. So if you're tired of endless scrolling, you can find the best deal with their zone deals. It picks the best seat in your section for you. I've done that. I mentioned that, like, I've gone to Red Sox games. When the Celtics were in New York, I went to a Liberty Connecticut Sun game. It was a preseason game, but just open up the app, click, got my panoramic seat view right in the app. It gave me the best price available. And I knew, because of the Gametime guarantee, that if I had to cancel last second, I had the protection that they offer. It's some of the best customer service you're going to find out there. So take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets, show tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONNBA. You'll get $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code LOCKEDON, LOCKED, Locked On NBA for $20 off. Download Gametime app today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. Thank you for making Locked On Celtics your first listen every day. Make your second listen Locked On NBA and Locked On NBA Game Night. Now, I've already done the Locked On NBA Game Night show with Jake Madison. We actually talked a little bit about Damian Lillard going back to Portland. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled for him. So happy that he went back to Portland, and you'll hear that when we get into the Locked On NBA Game Night. We also talked Summer League. We talked about Detroit Pistons, and can they make a push up to the top 4? So all that on Locked On NBA Game Night. Check that out next after you're done with this podcast. Let's get into the next set of players. Hugo Gonzalez, I thought played generally pretty well. 13 points, 2 of 4 from 3. 3 of 4 from the line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a block. So a nice overall kind of night. I think the book on him, like, it's set. We know what summer Hugo is going to be. Like, he's a try-hard guy. He loves that Euro step. He is crafty around the rim. He can see the floor really well. He reads the game really well. So my opinion right now of Gonzalez is anybody that tries hard and sees the game well is going to be okay. So I don't care so much about the numbers. I just see Brad talked about his cutting. I see a cutter for sure. I see a passer for sure. I see a hard worker for sure. Right. And he's been asked, like, I've seen 2 sideline interviews with him, and he's asked specific questions about himself. Like, hey, how you doing? How do you feel? How do you feel about your journey here so far? And he's like, well, we're giving up a lot of offensive rebounds, and we got to rebound better, and we got to shoot better. But blah, 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 talking about the game. He's not talking about himself. He's not playing along. It's all about the game. So intensity is there. Desire is there. Hard work and skill is there. Now comes the process of feeling the NBA game, understanding how fast are these defenders, how big are these defenders. The things I used to be able to do in Spain, can I do them here? And some of it will translate, and some of it will be like, oh, okay, that layup just got sent into the first row. That's part of the learning process. So I like where Gonzalez is, especially as a 19-year-old. I think his head's in the right place. I think he sees things incredibly well. The pass, the play where Kenny Lofton hits Gonzalez on the right wing and on the left wing, cuts, gets the ball, draws the defender, dumps it off, I think, to Miles Norris for a dunk. Beautiful, beautiful play. That's recognition of when to cut, recognition of the defense, the help, and seeing a teammate and getting it to a teammate. That's the play. That's the play that I'm talking about right there. Like that, you see multiple things, make multiple reads, make all the right decisions, and it ends up in a dunk for your team. Beautiful. So the translatable stuff, I think it's there. Go to the G League. I don't think he's NBA ready yet. I don't know when he will be. Will it be this upcoming season? Doubtful, but at some point, I think my optimism for the Gonzalez pick to be a hit for Brad Stevens is high. Now, what does that hit constitute? Is he going to be a ninth man or a sixth man or a starter? It's one of those three stages. Can he work his way into ninth man, then sixth man, then starter? Maybe. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I trust him enough just from these 4 games that I think it's 4 games, that he's going to put in the work and he's going to process things well. From there, it's just a matter of where his skill can take him and where that hard work can take him. So, but I like what I see. Charles Bassey, not with the team. Apparently the contract with the Celtics, it was only going to be for 3 games, and he had other engagements, other obligations after that. So it was a 3-game thing. So no Charles Bassey in this game, no Charles Bassey in the next game. Now that doesn't mean that he's not going to be with the Celtics in camp. We don't know. I don't know what this was. Honestly, I look at Bassey and I think, sure, just like we talked about in yesterday's podcast. I think, sure, yeah, let's get him in there. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do against NBA players. Let's see how he fits. But I don't know if the Celtics are in that, are going to do that. I don't know what Bassey's mentality is. I don't know where he's going, if he's signing with somebody else, or I have no idea on that. But I'd like to see the Celtics give him a shot, because obviously their front court situation is hot garbage, and I don't think Amari Williams is ready. But again, now Amari, same thing, passer. That's what he came in billed as. And for sure, if you're cutting, Amari's going to find you. He will make that pass. Any cutter from, like, if he's at the high post and you backdoor cut, that ball is going to end up in your hands. That I believe with Amari Williams. Now, the rest of the stuff, 3 of 10 in this game. I'm going to say 0 of 1 from 3, but that was a fake 3-pointer. That buzzer beating, like, last second, that shouldn't count. So I'm going to say 3 of 9 overall. He did have 6 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds. A bunch of those were his own misses. So I'm not going to get too. I'm not going to say, oh, what a rebounding game for him. A steal. I thought he had at least 1 assist in this game. I'm surprised that it wasn't registered. I don't know. I thought I saw at least 1, but he's not ready. I haven't seen anything that tells me he's going to be in competition with Luka Garza and Miesh Keita and the whatever group the Celtics have at center. But again, that passing, great skill. The vision, great skill, feel for the game, super important. So let's see how that develops in the G League. Is that going to be a hit? Can they hit on the Amari Williams pick? It's late in the second round. Now, 3 picks, 1 at the end of the first round, 2 in the second round. You need one of them. You need one of them to hit. And so I think Gonzalez is going to be that guy. Could Amari Williams be a second guy? I think he can. But I think he's going to be like full year G League this upcoming season. So I'm not looking forward to much from him, but Bassey, I'd love to see him come into camp. So I don't know what's next. I don't know what his next step is. This has just been a summer of surprises for Bassey, because it's like, oh, he's on the roster. Great. This is a surprise. And then all of a sudden today it's like, oh, he's no longer on the roster. Oh, okay. That's also a surprise. So kind of fleeting with him, but we'll see how it goes. Baylor Scheierman, Kenny Lofton, the next two players. Baylor, the shot. Oh boy, Baylor. I'm not going to go crazy here, but can you get some three? Can we get one game, one where you hit a bunch of 3-pointers? Can we see that? Let's talk about that next. Today's show is brought to you by OpenPhone. Running a business is tough. You know how it goes. If you need something, a service, and you call and that person doesn't answer, you're not waiting around for that person to call you back. You need that service done. Next person. So is it a plumber, a roofer, a cleaner, whatever it is? If you need something done and that person's not there, you're not waiting. That's why your business needs OpenPhone, because it's the #1 business phone system built to streamline and scale your customer communications, all from an app on your phone or your computer. It lets you manage your business calls and texts from a single app. There's a shared inbox, so your entire team can jump into any conversation instantly without missing a beat. And there's an AI agent that handles after-hours calls. So no matter when your business gets a call, somebody, somehow, something is going to be able to answer at least common questions, capture leads, so you never miss a customer. OpenPhone is offering you 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/LockedOnNBA. That's OpenPhone.com/LockedOnNBA. If you have existing numbers with another service, OpenPhone will port them over at no extra charge. OpenPhone, no missed calls, no missed customers. Thanks for making Locked On Celtics your first listen every day. Go check out any one of our Locked On podcasts from the other sports. So are you a Patriots fan? Are you another fan of another football team? Locked On, whatever your favorite team is. Same thing in hockey, same thing in baseball. Or maybe you want to check out, you're kind of surprised about the Damian Lillard thing. You don't know what the fit is in Portland. The Celtics did, by the way, make an offer to Lillard, but it wasn't home. And I think he just went home. So check out Locked On Blazers. They'll have that all covered over there. So that's going to be a fun one. Check that out. Let's get back to the Celtics Summer League game. They're next to last, unless there's some crazy playoff thing. Summer League game. Baylor Scheierman. 2 of 14 from the field. 2 of 11 from 3. He is now, I did the math, 8 of 30. Hold on. I have it right here. 8 of, 39. 8 of 39. 20.5% from 3 over these 4 games. Not good. And that's his primary job. Okay, fine. Listen, I've said before, I'm not getting worried about makes and misses. I'd like to see some makes. I'd like to see a game. I'd like to see this next game where it's like 4 of 7, 6 of 10, something good, just to put my mind at ease. But if it's not, it's not. We've seen good shooters have bad, streaks in Summer League. It's fine. He's done other things. I'm not too worried about it, but it's a tough time to have a slump. But, Sam Hauser, we talked about it yesterday. Sam Hauser had a big slump. Like, if you go by Sam Hauser's Summer League, I'd be like, oh, God, this, no way. I told you, I said, go for Matt Ryan over Sam Hauser. And clearly that was a mistake. So it's possible that Scheierman just in a slump. Again, he shot 40% in the G League last year, but he does other things. The 6 assists are nice. Like I do think that he's an NBA level player. So I do think that he has a chance to be part of the rotation. So I'm just not going to get worked up about it, but man, 8 of 39 for a shooter. Come on, Baylor. All right. And finally, Kenny Lofton, who I was ready to cut at halftime of the first game. I was done with him. And then here he is. This is his best game of the summer, without a doubt. 12 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, a block. Did have 5 turnovers, but this was easily his best game. There's one play early on where he drove right in the first quarter, and like he had just subbed in, and it was the same type of play where in the first and second games especially, he was just put your head down. He's just like put the head down and drive and just force it up and try to draw a foul or try whatever. And he kind of started to do it, and then he backed off. And I just feel like it was I think I mentioned this after the last game. Somebody got to him. Somebody said something to him. And it was abundantly clear that the message was cut it out. Whatever you were doing in game one, looking for your own thing and just basically teammates. You didn't have teammates in that game. It was you going 1-on-5 with 4 other guys in green shirts that you didn't care about. In this game, when he made that drive and started to put his head down, then he stopped right at, like, not quite halfway down the lane, but stopped, whipped it to the left side, right at the break. I forget who hit the shot, but it was a 3-pointer. It might have been Shulga. That was a really nice play. I was like, oh, that play to me told me someone got into Kenny Lofton's ear. Coach, somebody was like, cut it out. He played great. He played great in this game. And all of a sudden, I'm like, maybe they invite him to camp instead. I don't think so. I think that he's shown himself to at least be a listener, and I think he figured it out, and that's, a nice turnaround for him. So shout out to Kenny Lofton Jr. Again, it's a guy that I was like done with. Like, he was horrible, so bad, and then turned it around. So nice job from him. There's one more summer league game. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm like, I think I've seen everything I need to see. I don't think anything can happen in this next game that's going to make me think like, oh, this changes everything. But we'll see. I say that, and we've been surprised before. So the next podcast is a Friday podcast. So next podcast is Monday. And so make sure you're subscribed. We're still 5 days a week next week and the week after. And then it's 5 days. Then it's 3 days a week in August. So make sure you're subscribed. The show is free. It's available everywhere. Every dayers. I love you. You know that I'm thrilled to have you along with me every day of the week. So, or Monday through Friday. So thank you so much. I would love to have you around for a whole lot more. So get into the comment section, share your thoughts, and then share the podcast. Tell everybody they should be listening to and watching the Locked On Celtics podcast here on the Locked On Podcast Network. It's your team every day.